Hi everyone, Eid Mubarak. I'm hoping that you're enjoying this holiday with your family wherever you are, and that is going to bring us much joy and peace that we need at the moment. Today, we were wondering what would be useful at the moment to share with you, for you to reduce your stress levels, to help you go through this situation that we all are in at the moment. And what started happening at the beginning of the week was more alarms at night. And when I started hearing people talking about not being able to fall asleep after they've woken up, and then being really tired in the morning and feeling like they haven't slept at all. And so what I wanted to share with you is few things, is what can help you have a better sleep to start with, to fall asleep. What can you do during the night when you got woken up with the alarm, or maybe even a blast noise, and then, if you're still tired in the morning, is there anything that you can do to help yourself get that energy back in a easier way? So let's start with, why can't we fall asleep? Typically, people can't fall asleep because they have too much on their mind. There's too much thoughts. There's too many thoughts, different thoughts, spinning in a circle, and we are just not able to stop them. Our energy of our body is increased instead of decreased in order to help us fall asleep. So there are a few things that is useful to do throughout the day and in the evening before we actually go to sleep. And that is, try to do things during the day that would de-stress you throughout the day. So usually, I like to use the analogy of having a bucket throughout the day, and throughout the day your bucket is filling in with stress. And especially at the times where we are right now, it's not just the stress of what's going on right now, but also thinking about what are the consequences of this tomorrow and after tomorrow, in a year, 2 years, what we're going to do, decisions we're going to make, and all of that. And so all of that is filling our bucket to the brim. And then it just starts seeping out. And this is what is happening in the evening, where you can't sleep because all of that stress is still circling around your head. So useful thing is to start doing things throughout the day to reduce your stress. Do a little meditation here or there. I shared some of the techniques and tools in a previous sessions, as heart breathing, peripheral vision, bilateral stimulation when we were tossing ball left and right to reduce the anxiety that is happening in our mind. And so all of that is useful, doing it throughout the day. All of those are really short things to help reduce our levels of anxiety. Physical exercise, journaling in the morning, or even throughout the day, to get that stuff out of our head. And so, and regulate us emotionally. And so passing that in the evening, don't do any exercise really late in the evening, because you'll be pumped up with the adrenaline and you won't be able to sleep. But it's very useful to get our melatonin levels on a level that is conducive to sleep, is to actually go for a walk in the evening in a sunset, because that red light is helping it's helping boost our melatonin production. So go out in the evening before it's fully dark, when these reddish rays of sunshine are out, in order to boost our melatonin levels. Don't read from your devices. If you're reading, read a paper book. don't read news, don't listen to the news. I know that lots of people feel like they have more control when they know what is going on, and then that is going to help them sleep. But actually it won't. It will help your mind spinning. That's the only thing it's going to help, and trying to fix things and come up with the ideas and plan for the future at the time when you're too tired to do so. It's always better to do these things when our energy is in an optimal level, which is in the morning or during the day. What will help you, the other things that will help you fall asleep and at the same time help you fall asleep again if you wake up at night, is I'm going to share some of the techniques. Some of them I've shared already. I'm going to repeat them. And then you can also use all of those throughout the day to reduce your stress levels. But I'm going to repeat them all over again. And so usually it's a 3-4 step. Fourth step I can't share with you right now because this is something that I do one-on-one with my patients. We are creating anchors for feeling sleepy, so I can't do this online. But if anybody is interested, please reach out through the group or in the messages here, and then maybe we can arrange for you to come here for a group session, and then we can do it in person. So the first thing is, when you're thinking of in the evening and going to bed, usually people that struggle with falling asleep typically will have this feeling of, oh no, not again, I won't be able to sleep. So they have created the belief systems that they can't sleep. They have created belief system and all the feelings that come around not being able to sleep. It's fear of not being able to sleep, frustration, thinking of tomorrow, how tired they will be and what do they need to do tomorrow, and they won't be able to function properly because they're tired, because they couldn't fall asleep. And so all of that comes to mind. All of that comes to mind, and it creates this feeling within us that it's just then propagating not being able to fall asleep. So what I would like you to do now with me is to elicit that feeling. Maybe close your eyes and think of the time when you're preparing to go to bed or laying down in the bed, and this feeling, this thought comes up that says, and here we go again, or fear or frustration or whatever it is for you, that it's kind of preparing you that you won't be able to fall asleep. Just think about it being somewhere in your body, and just focus on that feeling somewhere in your body, wherever it is. And if the feeling is outside of your body, if you feel that it's outside, then just bring it in. Imagine that you can bring it in and allow it to be there for a moment. And what I want you to do now with me is tap. You're going to do a fast EFT, faster EFT is a technique. So focus on the feeling and do this with me. This feeling that I have and feel right now, I can release and let it go. I choose to release and let it go. And if you have noticed already, I'm tapping quite slower. If somebody has done EFT before, you will notice that this is much slower than normally it would. So I release and let it go. I choose to release and let it go. So your temporal, I choose to release and let it go. Just focus on that feeling wherever it is. And then under your eye, choose to release and let it go. I don't need it with me anymore. Release and let it go. And then at the base of your neck, top of your chest, You can thumb with the whole hand. I can't do it because of the microphone. I choose to release and let it go. Release and let it go. And then the last thing is bring your hand over your wrist fully. Close it. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Peace. And then do it once again. Same thing. Just notice how you feel. I feel a little bit more relaxed, more centered. And then do again. So focus on that feeling in your body and do it again. Tapping in the middle of your forehead, between your eyebrows. Choose to release and let it go. This feeling, this thought, this idea, this belief system I've created, choose to release and let it go. From wherever it was created, for whatever reason it's created, was created, I choose to release and let it go. Release and let it go. Release and let it go. Top of your chest. Release and let it go. I release and let it go. Your wrist. And exhale. Peace. Oh, so this technique is here to kind of reset our system. It's not to change or make you fall asleep straight away, although it can, but it's to reset our system to get some baseline, to get to the neutral state, if that makes sense. And then the second thing we do is then when you are in that position, sitting or laying down in your bed, you can focus on a spot in a distance in front of you. I have here, usually in the therapy room, we have, this is a motions chart, but it could be anything else where people can focus on. And then you focus your gaze, you look at it, and you don't move your eyes from that spot. And what you're doing, you're focusing on it, you're looking at it, and you're slowly expanding your vision. You're slowly expanding in your vision what is next to it and further away. What is further away from it? What is on your left and right? What is on the up and down from this focus point? And you don't keep your eyes from that focus. Keep your eyes in the focus. And just expanding the vision, expanding from the focus, expanding, 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 noticing what is on your left and right, further closer to you, up and down, closer, closer, and then you can imagine that you can close it all the way behind your head, as if you can see what is behind you as well, but still your eyes focusing on that spot. Very good. So what this does is brings your system to the state of letting go, letting go. Because what your mind does is something, the expanding the vision until it can't do it anymore, and then it just collapses. And this is fully let go of where you were. You can do it a couple of times if you want. So just make sure that your eyes are not getting off that target that you're focusing in, and then slowly expanding your vision, noticing what's on the left and right, noticing what's at the top and the bottom, noticing, noticing, noticing all around your head. And normally what happens is that, our shoulders drop, we get a little bit zoned out. And then from that point of letting go, you're dropping into thinking about your heart. You can put your hand onto your heart in the middle of your chest, or you can just think about your heart. And your heart is in the middle of your chest. Big blood vessels are on the left, so that's why, people say it's on the left, but no, it's actually in the middle of your chest. And what you're doing now is you're imagining that you can breathe energy into your heart. You're breathing into your heart. Breathing in and breathing out. You're not controlling your breathing, although your breathing is probably already slower and deeper. And breathing into the heart. What is happening now is that your heart and mind are sinking into a coherence rhythm. They're in the same rhythm. They're working together instead of working opposite. What is happening is because your heart is the biggest electromagnetic organ in your body. It's entrapping your mind, the electrical discharge, the brain waves, the brain function. And they start syncing together, they start working together, and then that starts influencing the vagus nerve, stimulating your vagus nerve, that then works on all the other systems of our body, altering the chemical environment in our body and bringing us from high arousal that was before, by doing these 3 steps of tapping and releasing and let it go, whatever it is, that feeling, that fear, that frustration of not being able to sleep. Then to widening our focus, our peripheral vision, to really let go, where our system kind of gives up fighting. And then dropping into your heart and breathing into your heart. And this doesn't take longer than a minute, this last part. That's how it takes for mind and mind and heart to sink in together. And our brain waves go from beta to alpha to lots of people, most people will fall asleep at this point. To alpha, to theta, to delta, to sleep. And I wonder if you've done this with me now. How do you feel? How much relaxed you feel? Maybe some of you have fallen asleep already. But there is a 4th part of this protocol. I call it sleep protocol, that I teach to my patients. As I said, we can't do it online, but I think we will be posting something where we will have some community sessions here in Joint Space with us, where I can then do it with you as a group, or maybe even as individuals. So I wonder if there is any questions to this. Okay? No? Okay. Hopefully everybody has fallen asleep. Well, after last night and being woken up a few times, I struggled this morning as well. And even if I can pretty easily fall asleep straight away when I get woken up with the alarm or noisy kids outside. They were noisy last night as well. Even though I fall asleep easily afterwards, but because the sleep was broken up, it was you still wake up feeling pretty tired because you didn't get enough deep sleep. So, and we know that's really important. Yesterday I was listening to, yesterday with the session with one of our colleagues here, Rose, where she was talking about how important sleep is for our mitochondrial density. So one of the things that I do next day, if I feel really tired, is to reset my system. And that can be with any of these techniques, again, that I showed with you. It can be tapping, it can be, you know, this feeling of tired, frustration, sadness even. You know, people can come to the point of crying from frustration because they're tired. You can feel where it is in your body and then tap between your eyes, your temporal area under the eye, thumb in your upper chest, and then hold your wrist, deep breath in, and exhale and peace. Or you can breathe into, do hard breathing, or you can do bilateral stimulation. I haven't mentioned this one again today, but it is really having something in your hand to change the emotion. So basically what we are doing right now with all of these things, we're saying we're changing how we feel, but actually every feeling, every emotion has chemical signature in our body. So what we are doing with these things, these interruptions, these pattern interrupts, is that we are changing the chemical signature in our body. And so we are bringing in more oxytocin, we are bringing in more endorphins, we are bringing in more hormones that are regulating our sleep, we are calming our body and reducing levels of cortisol and all of that by doing these little things as I showed you. The other thing that you can do is really brief meditations. So this hard breathing exercise, you can put your alarm on that you just continue breathing for about 10 to 15 minutes as it counts as a short nap. That will reset your system. You can put an intention, you know, I'm gonna do this now and I'm gonna wake up refreshed, re-energized, and then do it. And this is usually useful for picking up your energies. If you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, if you have done something that worked for you, please let us know and we can share that too. If there's no questions, we can just, yeah. Thank you for listening. Bye. Yes, again, I keep on forgetting, join our community group on WhatsApp where we are sharing all the information about what is going in the space and online. And it is in the bio. Bye.